Do you know when you immediately get an ill feeling about somebody? This is one of those occasions. And welcome to TOG Tuesday, where I tell you an anecdotal story about photography. Yeah, so this one basically started, it was a couple of years ago, and me and a friend of mine went out into Leeds to do some street photography. It was a Saturday, we'd been out all day, and we got some quite good shots, some shots that I was pleased with actually. And then later in the evening we decided to go and do some, chase some light and try and get some traffic traces in the evening, sort of lights going by, long exposure shots. And we were just off a junction of a motorway off the M62 up near Leeds. And yeah, we'd gone out, we set the tripods up, and we both got our kit with us, and we're taking some photographs, and it was kind of like, it was just getting dark. It was still a little bit light, but we kind of like that sort of, you know, that transitional period where there was still a bit of daylight, but it was good enough to get some sort of light traces as well. So we were just messing around and experimenting, really, nothing particularly serious. And where we were actually situated was a retail park just off the M62, off a roundabout just off the M62. So there were places like McDonald's and sort of Pizza Hut, and or different sort of big stores kind of in and around us. So there were people about, and it was busy. It was very busy in terms of traffic anyway. Now we were all set up, and we got our tripod set up. We've got our camera kit with us. We've got our bags down. Obviously, loads of kit with us. And then all of a sudden, so this is kind of a tale about sort of being aware, I suppose. As a photographer, sometimes you really have to sort of have your wits about you, especially when you carry so much kit with you. At any given time, you've got sort of grands and grands worth of kit with you, and so if there's a couple of you out, you can multiply that, obviously. So we were sort of taking photographs and sort of minding our own business. There were one or two people around, and then this guy just appeared, kind of, came and approached us, and when you get an immediate bad feeling about somebody, it was kind of one of those. It was one of those occasions. Just there's something not quite right about this guy, and he came up to me and Graham, who I was with at the time, and says, "What? And have you got a phone? I want to borrow a phone like this." And I just looked at him and I thought, I'm not going to say yes to that, because I'm not quite sure what your intentions are. So just guardedly, I just kind of wanted to see what this guy was about, I suppose, a little bit. And so did Graham. Neither of us admitted to having a phone on us, and which annoyed this guy, actually, proper annoyed him. He was like, "What do you mean you've not got a phone on you? Everybody's got a phone." And I suppose that kind of response, sent the shackles up a little bit more, to be honest. And we were just, oh, what's going on? What's this guy about? So I just engaged him. I said, what do you need a phone for, mate? And he's like, "I've lost my wife. I need to phone her." Well, oh, that's a shame. So I thought, try and get a bit more information out of this guy. Now, the thing that's sort of, the reason I was wary is exactly what I said. We've got all of our kit with us. We've got our bags behind us on the floor. We've got tripods, with our Canon DSLRs attached to the top of the tripods, taking long exposure shots of traffic going by. So it's apparent that we've got kit on us. And I just didn't like sort of the whole persona. This guy, he was just something about him. It was all very sketchy. When you get that feeling, that kind of like, there's something wrong here. Something not quite right. It was definitely like that. And I kept looking at Graham, and he kept looking at me, and I tried to engage this guy a little further and say, "Oh, it's a shame you've lost your wife. Where did you lose her?" And he goes, "I sent her shopping, and she's not got back to me." And I'm thinking, not got back to you? How would she get back to you if you don't have means of contacting her? And just these little things that kind of go around in your head. And then Graham piped up, "Yeah, mate, why don't you go and ask McDonald's over there? They'll have a phone." He says, and he got really angry. This guy was angry. He was like, "Surely one of you's got a phone." It's like, yes we have. Both of us had phones on us, but there's not a chance in the world that we're going to give this guy a phone, because we clocked that probably what he was going to do is do one with a phone, and we weren't going to chase him. because we've got kit everywhere. You know, we'd have to, you know, not just going to run off and leave our kit there. But it was also, you know, we didn't know if he had a culprit or somebody else with him around. So if one of us run off, then it'd leave the other one alone with all the kit, and it was just one of those things, really. So, you know, we were just kind of like, you know, go and try Pizza Hut or McDonald's or one of these big chain stores. They've got phones in there, mate. You'll be fine. You just go and ask them to use a phone. And he wasn't having it. He was adamant that one of us had a phone, and that he was going to get a phone off us. And it got a bit tasty after a while. It was a bit strange. It was a bit of a standoff between us. Just like I said, look, mate, seriously, neither of us have phones. We've not come out with phones today, and I do apologise. I'm pretty sure, you know, if you walk into any of these shops, somebody's going to help you. You know, give you a hand so you can call your wife. You know, why don't you go and ask him? And after a bit of coaxing, you know, eventually he sort of listened to what we were saying, and then, you know, kind of did one, disappeared. We were a bit sketched out by it all. It was a bit strange. You have to be a bit, you know, you have to keep your wits about you with people like this around. Whether his intentions were ill or not, they very much seemed like they probably were. To be honest with you, you know, like I say, you get that feeling. Just the things that he was saying and just the way he was, his whole persona, his character. He was very sketched out. He was kind of like, you know, just behaving a bit oddly. And you pick those things up. When you're out and about, you just got to be careful, I suppose. So yeah, anyway, he went eventually. Me and Graham had been out all day. We'd photographed we'd been doing street photography in Leeds, in the city of Leeds, during the day. And like I said, we'd come out to get some sort of long exposures in the evening. We didn't really get many shots in the evening, but we got some beautiful shots during the day in Leeds, which I'll put a few up here so you can have a look at. But yeah, so I suppose the moral of this story is, when you're out and about this Togtail Tuesday, the moral of the story is, like, just, you know, be aware and keep your wits about you, and you know, move in pairs, maybe. Something like that. Anyway, short one. That's my Togtail Tuesday for this Tuesday. Hope you've enjoyed it. Please come back, hit subscribe, hit like if you've liked this video. And yeah, do pop by again. That'd be great to have you by. And I hope you enjoyed these photographs. These were from the day when we took the shots in Leeds when we were out doing a bit of street photography. I like doing street photography. Great. Leeds is a good city for it too. So thanks for stopping by. Take care, and I'll catch you later. Bye for now.